you check out all of his stuff because it's definitely going to help you. But we're getting into this matchup, Adam.
Yes, we certainly are. Remember, it's all on the line. Whoever wins this best of 5 is going to Tokyo with our grand finalists. Will it be Hanzelot? Will it be Ismoo? Let us know. Get it in the chat. We want to hear from you guys. For now, though, we're heading into this. It's going to be epic. But who's going to take it? It's over to SWC2024 and to Sam. It's big time, baby. Here we go.
Let's go. A wedding present could be on the horizon. Either way, I think Ismoo's going to join that honeymoon. Let's find out. Ismoo versus Hanzelot. Pre-bans coming in straight away. We see the Yonhong. We actually see the Light Twin Angels as well being banned out. Zibala on the field, say.
Zibala, once again, that is most likely still that violent Zibala. I'm not sure if Hanzelot would have changed that in the meantime. Ismoo does know that, so is he going to go through like fast units? If he goes for the Twin Angels on Swift right now, nope. We're going to go for that Vanessa plus that Julian.
Interestingly enough, these guys have faced each other a total of 4 times over the past 2 seasons. Both times it's been even, 2 apiece, 50-50. This match is still 50-50 right now. We see Han and we see the Dark Robo as well, say.
Definitely speed contesting, especially on the side of Hanzelot. Ismoo joins in with the speed contesting with that Athena, but he doesn't have a second speed lead as of yet, so you would have to go for speed lead. That's also fast, but is that going to be fast enough to be contesting the whole draft of Hanzelot right here?
Exactly, we're going to find out right now who's he going to look to partner it up with right now. It's that first set, you want to get off to a good start. Yes, he brings those Water Twin Angels, setting up a defense break. Do you have to ban out already, Julian?
Well, it's going to be very difficult because the Athena is really good into all of the units on the side of Hanzelot. Vert is definitely a counter move against it. We have seen that work time and time again today. It worked out very well for most of these players, but I do think it's going to be banned out as well, and then that Athena could do a lot of work.
Let's find out then. It's relying on it in the previous matches, the Vertihill. It did very well in that first matchup for him today, but 3rd place right now, set number 1. Who are you going to be banning?
It's hard to say. I would say banning out the Julian, but that Athena is looking too dominant. I would say Vertihill and Athena over here.
Vertihill and Athena working against each other. The mind games coming through. You can see the thoughts of the players right now. If you look at those cameras, their eyes are locked in, laser focused, making sure they're ready for this. Looked like Hanzelot maybe already selected there. Ismoo to the last second, bans out that Vertihill. No vampires coming into this matchup. Speed leads for both of them right now. It is our 3rd place match. Set number 1 between Ismoo and Hanzelot live in Berlin. Etna taking that first turn. No greed, skill 3, or are you going for the skill 2?
You absolutely go for skill 2 over here because you get 120% attack by all of those units. We're definitely not at 100%. Big question right here. You are going to be taking next turn on that Twin Angels. You can strip something right now and then the Cigar can move and you can look at a full potential pushback over here. So in this case, you go probably on the Zibala and then the Robo or the Cigar can go on the Oliver, and then you have everything pushed back if everything does land. Goes it for the other way around, but then this skill goes to that Zibala.
He's going in. Does he get it? He gets those provokes and the additional turn set up a defense break here. Say, is Vanessa going to be able to do enough on that Han?
It's not going to be able to do enough on that Han, but I would already prepare another defense break, probably on that Oliver. Athena will go in with another cycle of round 2 or skill 2 again, and that's just so much damage coming in. Like all of these units are just dropping, and that Athena shows too much strength.
Yeah, Etna came in clutch. The Twin Angels as well are managing to push up that Cigar to stop the turn of anything on Hanzelot's side. Speed contest, and he was too slow.
Yeah, it was definitely too slow, but that's also the thing. The Athena was working against 4 units that are all not fire. If there's nothing fire, Athena can easily go for a skill 2 into skill 3 rotation and just simply taking out things. Also, the Twin Angels, most likely on Swift, definitely did work out over here.
Yeah, can you get a cool time maybe into that? Oliver doesn't get it, so he can still cycle, but they're going to be getting online soon. 4 versus 2.
Yeah, 4 versus 2 plus an Oliver that's looking at about like 12% attack bar if I want to be very precise, and that is not that much to survive at least 2 hits.
Definitely not, and that provoke, into that additional turn, it's going to reset that full Zibala right now, and it is going to be Ismoo taking this very first set against Hanzelot right now. He has to regroup. Can he figure things out as Ismoo is confirmed as that first set winner, say?
Yeah, absolutely, and that I would say is just very well drafted. Like the speed tuning, everything, it just worked out very well. That you have you pretty much only had single target strips, but by having 3 of them and there's 3 will units on the other side, the Cigar in the end could still push back all 4 units, provoke on all 4 units, no fire units on the side of Hanzelot, and that is very dangerous to draft if you would say like, okay, I can deal with your Cigar if it moves first and I don't have any fire counters.
Exactly, I was just looking there. Etna currently on a 50% win rate overall in SWC, so it shows that when using the correct positions, can look to do a lot of damage, but it's a flip of the coin. Win rate in Europe is actually 77%. Insanely well ruined and artifact up Etna's popping around in Europe, right? Julian and Han pre-banned.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see also Ismoo pre-banning that Han, also owning that Han himself. So we have the 2 highest bruiser units not in the match, but we do have that Yeon Hong being backed by Hanzelot right now.
It's a steal. We know Ismoo also has that Yonhong right now. How are you going to look to answer? Hanzelot relying sometimes on that cigar as well. Ismoo, are you going to look to take it instead?
Yeah, I definitely would think he would take it because it's also one of the core units, I think, from most of the players over here. Does go for that Vanessa plus that cigar.
Exactly, getting the speed lead in. Contesting for a speed lead over there with Hanzelot with that Oliver right now. And the Light Twin Angels coming back out onto the field.
Yeah, in this case, it's going to be the big question. Do you go back to that Athna, but you might be contesting a 33 lead Yeonhong with your 33 lead Athna. And that's kind of the speed game that I think Ismoo probably would not win.
Yeah, it's tough to find out right now. Are you going to rely on what happened in that last matchup? Oh, maybe a bit of a switch up right now. Haegang coming out onto the field with the Gianna.
With the Gianna, definitely a lot of CC in there, but there's not too much damage coming in for that whole draft, so that's maybe something that Hanzelot could utilize on.
How is he going to utilize it? I mean, previously when he saw something, he had a Douglas already, Hanzelot. It didn't work out against Startic in that match right now. Probably not the best option right now, say?
Yeah, probably not the best option. I would rather go for more like Fire Monkey and then 2 Bruiser units in the first place, and then just trying to duke it out with Fire units that could probably live long enough. Maybe even the Meo Wang plus a Lucia. Haven't seen any Lucia today, but he goes for a different route with a Sierra and a Pater.
Yeah, getting that second speed lead, and we have just seen it there, say. That Monkey, we've had Monkeys critting 5 times in a row on a Miles earlier.
Yeah, we definitely had that going, but in this case, there's no water units on the enemy side, and that Monkey is looking very formidable right there.
Exactly. If you've got the speed, he's going to be stacking it. Ooh, changing it up then for the Neftis.
Changed it up for the Neftis. Definitely an interesting draft there as well. Still has the Haegang, but it's going to be the big question because you have to ban the Pater in this position. But might you not be taken over by the Twin Angels?
And it's going to be... Pater has been locked out there then, as well as the Cigar. Speed leads for both of our guys right now in our 3rd place match at our SWC 2024 Europe Cup. It's Ismoo versus Hanzelot. Ismoo currently 1-0 up against Hanzelot. Can he look to benefit from this? Oh, Gianna coming in very soon.
Coming on very soon. Does once again goes for a skill 2, but does get the push up enough on the Twin Angels. Twin Angels, what are you going to do? Does boost up the Sierra and can potentially instantly take out a unit.
Yeah, you can look to land bombing. You're going to have to detonate likely to get rid of it. Does land it this time as well.
Does land it. A lot of damage coming
Despair.
in. Ooh, also once again, Despair. So in this case, it's actually learning a thing or two for Startic. It might be already ruined up on this position, but that's where the Neftis actually did not do that much, and he had to need another Bruiser unit that could survive some of that.
Wow, we said it before, Hanzelot loves to watch matches, use what he's just seen in his own version. We've just seen him change it up to a Despair Ciara right now. Can you get some more stuns? Maybe a bomb on the Vanessa? Gets it.
Gets it, but also the Vanessa is... I'm not entirely sure if the Oliver was resetting that. I think it went for a different reset, so Revive is still there. But all of those HP bars are not looking that lively. Plus, there's not too much damage coming out anytime soon from the side of Ismoo.
And Oliver can look to control and make sure they don't take a turn. Keep them down enough, say.
Yeah, definitely the Oliver's doing a lot of work in this match. But this match is all enabled by the Twin Angels being able to boost up and strip at the same time.
Exactly, even adding some damage in there just there to get rid of that Gianna. We get the defense break. He needs some stuns.
He needs a lot of stuns, but he's fighting 2 wrong elements for that Haegang to be trying to stun. And this is not looking very favorable for Ismoo. And Hanzelot does play very well on this one.
Yeah, look at that, changing things up. I mean, that's what we always say, your adaptability, right? You're drafting in those situations. Resisted the bomb, but still.
Resisted the bomb, but Vanessa's not going to be doing enough damage. Neither is that Haegang. And we have another Charge Vitality coming in for a lot of HP and a lot of attack bar.
Yeah, it's nearly over as the skill 2 should probably take out that Haegang. And it is confirmed Hanzelot bringing it back to 1 apiece against Ismoo right there. So, like we were saying, Hanzelot, one of those guys who will literally rune up until the very last 20 seconds before he needs to go out on stage to make sure something is ready, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But that also shows that, for example, with Gianna, Neftis, Haegang, it is very strong, but it's also, if you get outspat and you do lose that first turn, it's not really going to do too much. It's very hard to come back from that position, whereas I would have liked the Fire Monkey on that Neftis slot a lot more.
Yeah. Actually, just looking there as well at the moment, I was just looking at Gianna, currently also a 50% win rate in both EU and overall, so with enough games as well. I think 80 different sets actually as well, exactly 42 apiece. Han and Julian could be back in the picture then right now. Are we going to be seeing a Yonhong pre-ban?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those pre-bans that I would be looking at for being dangerous. We actually have a Gianna respect. Even though she didn't perform that well in the previous match, it's still a dangerous unit to have in the draft and potentially in the match.
Yeah, I wonder if Ismoo is going to keep on going with that cigar steal to make sure that Hanzelot can't use it in any part of his draft, or do you already take that early speed lead? Or the Yonhong?
You take the Yonhong, but I think Hanzelot was anticipating that and therefore also going for a steal his own. So therefore we go for the cigar and the Vanessa steal right away on that.
Yeah, oh, another steal then coming out. So no, different Twin Angels, sorry, the water ones, and partnered it up with Julian right there. We see if the defense break lands, it's going to be a lot of damage from that skill too.
Yeah, that's always a very dangerous unit with the setup of the Twin Angels. How is Hanzelot going to be answering that? Doesn't have the Twin Angels himself, the ones that are light, and doesn't have a Yonhong in this case, so definitely has to go for a different draft. First Smicer of the day.
Taking some inspiration from one of his close friends, nicest Smicer, or apparently not. Sorry, my friend. Oh, Nana. Actually, unit with the second highest win rate in SWC behind the Wind Robo and Devaraja. We saw earlier with Rosie, it can be used to great effect. But how do you answer it?
How do you answer it? Well, a Juno and a Vermos is a very strong answer on pretty much the whole draft on the side of Hanzelot. Sure, the Cigar has something to say about pushbacks, but all of those 4 units will definitely struggle against both the Juno and the Vermos, and you can't ban both. Whereas there's still that Julian you have to deal with as well.
Exactly. All those provokes are just going to get cleansed out, and you can just keep hitting the damage right now. So maybe it is signaling a Cigar ban at the moment. That last pick is important now to try and take it away.
Well, that last pick is, I think, no matter what it is, you probably ban it anyways. I think that's definitely, Ismoo locked in that ban very fast. He was like, no matter what I play last, it's going to be gone.
Exactly. Speed leads for both of these guys. Then it's our 3rd place match, SWC 2024 Europe Cup between Ismoo and Hanzelot. 1 apiece right now, but the winner will go to Tokyo. Yonhong taking that turn, and the Twin Angels will be following soon.
Yeah, then the big question is, you don't have to go for a skill 3 right now. I would definitely save it, but the big question is, where do you start chipping in the damage? Going first for that Vanessa, because there's a lot of revives. In the end, there's 2 potential revive units on that field.
Was it a Nemesis one there as well, sir? I didn't quite see if... No defense break.
No defense break, no activation on that. Still, good amount of damage, but did not actually manage to take it out.
Didn't get it and lands a defense break on that Yonhong, and he's coming.
There's a lot of damage from this Devaraja potentially. Let's see how much it's going to do, but still there's that Juno and that Julian on the other side of the field.
Exactly, and it's hitting, obviously, with the same element. Both of those units get damaged. Can you push back that? Oh!
Ooh, does not get the damage, so that is going to be the first life, but I definitely do think Nana will get stacks from that Yonhong dying pretty soon.
Yep, he needs to maybe try and confirm again.
Ooh, and there's a glancing landing on the Devaraja, lowering the damage by just a little bit. First unit being taken out before there was another stack on that Nana.
Exactly, that was important to get rid of it now, and now just confirm it.
Yeah, definitely gonna go for confirming the kill, but then the big question is, Ismoo, where's your next focus? Because killing the Devaraja is definitely pretty difficult, so it probably goes to either the Nana or that Cigar.
Yeah, do you have to get it down so you can retake it over again? Maybe some stuns on the Cigar he's hoping for there.
No stuns, but there's one unit that is pretty consistent with his stuns, and it's right over there, double resistance.
Yeah, that was a caster curse if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it was right on the spot, it's like, but also taking the additional turn, getting another round of provokes in.
Exactly, Juno can come in. Are you looking for just chipping away the damage on that Cigar right now? You need to get the orb away from Nana.
Yeah, you have to get the ARP away, but it's going to be a position where at some point you have to start killing either the Julian or the Juno, and that's going to be a hard thing to do. Also, Julian knows a little bit about violent procs, taking once again that skill 2 with a lot of damage. But question on Nana? Nope. High resistant Cigar, I assume.
Yeah, didn't look to greed as well. Got a big stun there, though.
Yeah, really big stun over there. In this case, if you do Mana Storm, can you get the armor breaks? Does get AoE armor breaks, but we don't really have follow-up unless we take an additional turn on this one.
Exactly, you're going to be putting damage, trying to get an extra orb now by killing those Twin Angels, but not yet right now.
Not yet right now, and we can actually go in for a little bit of healing and AoE stun, and we once again have Julian shaking off that armor break.
Yeah, now if you're taking away that Nana, there's going to be no more revives coming out on the field.
Yeah, and we have this Julian just doing so much damage. It's just so hard to kill a Julian. If there's one good support unit, in this case the Juno next to it, killing the Juno feels, or killing that Julian feels near impossible.
Especially with defense breaks coming out again. Even skill 1 should be enough to take it out, right?
Yeah, I definitely would go for skill 1, or you go for stuns right away, you take the additional turn and then take it out. It's like, you know that was going to happen.
He got rewarded, Ismoo there, takes the 2-1 advantage against Hanzelot in our 3rd place match. Probably the most crucial match of today right now. You are going to Tokyo if you manage to win another set, Ismoo. But does that Devilmon on Hanzelot's table have anything left to say, sir?
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. It's definitely like the difference in drafting styles that you see. Like the match 2 was definitely very much in favor of drafting by Hanzelot. And we have seen actually today, most of the time, the upper hand in draft did manage to win.
Exactly. It's all about being consistent with your drafts. You've had some sort of preparation. It comes to effect during these matches in front of you. Last round pre-ban was that Gianna and the Light Twin Angels. Who do you think we're going to see this time? Do you have to respect Julian again?
Well, the Julian is just so difficult to deal with. But on the other hand, Yeonhong, yep, Julian and Yeonhong.
Yep, these two units being so dangerous at the moment. Does Hanzelot, are we going for a cigar?
We probably go for a cigar. Cigar is always comfortable for everyone.
Yeah, comfortable pick. Make sure you get that wind unit. Make sure you're using the Devilmon that you can get from the Google Play, you know. Skill 1's important.
Absolutely. That's actually a thing that a lot of people do lack out. Is like, oh, skill 1, just a little bit of damage. No, confirming those skills with the skill 1 damage absolutely helps out. And the Devilmon does help with that. Exactly. But let's look at this match. Oliver, going back at it again. Who do you want to pair that with? Because most of the time, Ismoo was more focusing on a Vanessa rather than Oliver.
Yeah, and now going for another speed lead there, obviously with the hand for the Dark only. Do you follow it up with some more Dark units? Is there a Dark Robo potentially on the cards for Ismoo? Let's see how Hanzelot wants to respond. Steal the other 33% speed lead. And Esche, okay, we're going for a bit of a speed contest.
We're definitely looking at a speed contest over here. And this is also a speed contest where an Atha looks a little bit less favorable than it did in that first round, because there's already that Vanessa on the field. And you have that Oliver, so that's double elementing on that one.
Double elementing, love that one. Velajul coming in as well right there, maybe changing it up a little bit, going back to some part of the Holy Trinity. We always like to see some of them on the field. Another unit actually, part of that Trinity, skill 1 important, Chandra.
Chandra, absolutely. We haven't actually seen too much Chandra between the two players over here right now, so let's see. There we have it.
I like that, I called that one, that was nice. There we go, Robo-Beat. Oh, what?
Ooh, we got a Talisman, and I'm absolutely loving this unit. It does so much damage. Ismoo's gonna be, if he locks it in, I think it's actually placed in a really well positioned way. You do have the good odds to outspeed.
Oh.
Takes it away. Also, the whole crowd goes like, ah, we wanted to see the damage. Does he go back for it? Oh, the whole crowd goes, ooh, ah, and we're loving it. Let's see if it actually makes it all the way through, or is Ismoo like, as we say on stream, is he gonna ban the content?
Yeah, I mean, Verdihill, he's taking the answer from Hanzelot usually there. We've got the Verdihill coming out. Does it mean that he's going to be leaving in that Robo? How much damage does a Talisman not?
Oh, he's banning the content.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. That boo is incredibly loud.
And the players are just laughing. That's great, really great.
Here it is, SWC2024 Europe Cup, third place between Ismoo and Hanzelot. 2-1 for Ismoo. He might be on his way to Tokyo, but what does that Robo have to say?
Ooh, the Robo goes for a full AoE strip. That's absolutely what you want to see. Now all you have to be looking at, can we land some good dots from this? Decent amount of dots. Cigar, what do we have to say about the attack bars of the opponents?
Gets it as well. The cool time on that Velajul is going to be important.
And there's a lot of damage coming in from that Asher. This is definitely one of those matches where Hanzelot is very much in the driver's seat.
Definitely lands a defense break though. Right now, can you get maybe even a cool time on the other? Going instead?
Yeah, in this case, it's when you're one down on units that Asher is dropping in a lot of damage because Massacre goes off cooldown every time that you make a kill with it. So there's just a lot of stuff going on for Hanzelot's draft right now and so much damage coming in.
Yeah, no additional turn either for that Velajul. So Vanessa can look to try and get the defense break. Second skill coming in. Robo is going to be cleaning up with that first skill as well. It's going to be down to Chandra. Wow. Hanzelot controlling that and bringing it back to 2-2. Here we go. It's going to be incredible to watch the rest of this one, say. I can't wait for it, in all honesty. Like, Hanzelot now brought out the content got banned, but he's back on the smiles.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just amazing to see. We have one more round once again going all the way best of 5. It's just so interesting to see all of these players duking it out. And it's definitely, once again, we see that the first turn is determining so much for your win potential in these matches.
Definitely is. When you're this fast, say, you know, you can do that. When you're as fast as me, you can't really do that. So for these guys at the top level, that's why they're here. We saw the Julian being pre-banned last time, as well as the Yeonhong. Are we going to go back to, I think it was a Gianna even on the last time.
Yeah, it was a Gianna pre-ban, but so far we have seen that one match where Gianna was in and actually didn't perform that well. So maybe pre-banning it was not that interesting. But this is the case where Ismoo has a potential more chance for speed contesting as he has in the match like 3 and 1 that we, or no, in the 2 and the 4s that we just have seen.
Pre-bans coming in, it's going to be those Light Twin Angels and the Yeonhong.
So we have the Yeonhong being gone, which also does mean, once again, Ismoo does have that Julian. And every time the Julian is open, it's just a more favorable match for Ismoo.
Let's see if he's going to steal again, yet again, the Cigar, or is he going to take a different speed lead already from... There's Oliver's being contested as well. We're going to see Vanessa here on the side of Hanzelot, do you think?
It's definitely one of those options that's always very strong to pick. However, we have seen that Ismoo likes to go towards the Water Twin Angels as well, so he doesn't really miss the Vanessa all too much if it is stolen.
Let's find out, Hanzelot. Remember, 2 apiece. This match decides if you are getting on the plane to Tokyo. There's nothing more at stake. This is it. This is your final chance. Who's going to rise up to be a representative of Europe at those World Finals? Kovaci coming out on the stage.
Kovaci coming out on the stage, and that does give the Vanessa potential towards Ismoo. Does he go back to the Julian? Absolutely. The unit has been so formidable so far.
Rely on what unit? Oh, wow! Changing it up.
Absolutely changing it up, and it's interesting that we just see it in the 5th match right now, because Dumon is a very strong counter into the Julian, because Dumon, with that Curse of Death, I think it's called Curse of Death, it's just 4 turns and then your unit is out. The only issue is that 15 check that you have planted, and the Ella does go through on the other side. We do have the Gianna being locked in with that Twin Angels once again.
I was just having a look, Dumon though, might be doomed. Win rate of 37.5% currently in the SWC, not very high save. Oh my god, what is he cooking?
I don't think he would be locking in that one, but he is definitely creative for hovering over that in their final match all the way best of 5. I think he's going to be looking at some kind of speed lead to get Dumon up to speed, but let's see what he does. Let's go for a Josephine. Interesting option over there, because there's a lot of stuns on the enemy side.
Josephine was the unit that got him into the Europe Cup in the first place in the prelims. He picked it and it managed to come up trumps for him. Let's find out now how Ismoo is going to respond.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be curious, because there's still the potential, the Twin Angels plus the Julian to kill anything, but Julian is off the battlefield.
Let's find out speed leads. This is it, folks. It's our SWC 2024 Europe Cup 3rd place match between Ismoo and Hanzelot. It's 2 apiece right now. Who's going to claim that ticket? The Twin Angels can look to boost up, and Gianna's coming soon. Yeah, Gianna's coming right after, so I don't think you go for a boost right now, because you want first Gianna to move, and then you want your Cigar to move. So he does go for a boost on the Vanessa over here, so can go for an early armor break. Can you resist it? Does get the defense break there, can land the bomb and use that 3rd skill to get some stuns. Yeah, big question. Where do you go with the bomb, and do you land all stuns? Gianna, are you consistent right now? Critical error does manage to land everything, and Cigar might be taking over this match. He might be. Who are you looking to go for here, though? Say, going into that Doom and full pushback and provoke. Full pushback and provoke. However, there's not too much damage coming out. Sure, the bomb is going to do a little bit of damage. The Twin Angel is going to do a little bit of chip damage, but it's going to be taking a little bit of time before anything actually happens. And if there's an additional turn on the side of Hansel, he might still be in this match. He's needing Kovaci. Kovaci was violent earlier, right? It was violent, but it did not show violent as of just now. Oh, and keeping the provokes going. You can see how strong Cigar is. That's why he's the most picked unit in SWC. Oh, that's why we have the additional turn, but it was still prevented by that bomb. We have an AoE skill on that Shatter Shock right now. How many? Not too many stuns. No stuns, and skill 1. Is it going to be enough to even take out that Ciara? Oh, he did do a decent amount of damage before. Not enough, though. Yeah, and it's not going to be enough for the rebound as well, coming out from Vanessa. Do you just keep plowing the damage into it? Well, I think you would plow the damage into it, and then you have another provoke from here. There's still a reset on that Duma. Duma didn't take any proper skills yet, so he could have chosen to go for that Ella, because the cooldowns on that Duma were still there, and the Ella provoke probably would have been better. If you put up immunity now, is Gianna already back with 3rd skill? I'm not entirely sure, but this Ella maybe has something to say about it. Yeah, you can look to boost up right now. If Gianna has that skill 3, you can look to get some more stuns coming out. There are the turns for the Gianna with the nonce again. Critical error doing so much work. Just locking down all of those units with the bombs, with the stuns. It's doing a lot of work right there. Cigar being used against him. He's one of his favorite units for Hanzelot, and Ismoo is proving exactly why this unit is so strong in SWC. Absolutely, but it's also, once again, the Twin Angel is enabling so much, because the Twin Angel gives cooltime increase. Therefore, the bomb is coming back faster. Therefore, the critical error, the skill 3, is coming back faster. And it's just working so well, these two together. Keep going, just chipping away that damage, and now Vanessa probably can do it. Yeah, Vanessa skill 2, definitely well placed on doing that skill 2, because skill 2 is scaling from enemy max HP. It does do a lot more damage. Ella's proccing, but that is a little too late right there. Definitely is a little bit too late, and again, those Twin Angels just keeping on going. Ismoo, who's going to take the top bunk? Who's going to take the bottom one between him and Neff when they're both in Tokyo, right? I mean, let's find out, because Cigar is just going to be cleaning up right now for him.
Yeah, it's just taking a little bit more time. Hanzelot is still liking his time on the stage, and he absolutely deserves it as well. But this Gian is just slowly but surely keeping all of those stunts in, keeping all of those bombs in. Everything is just locked down. This is very favorable for Ismoo.
Definitely is. He can see he's enjoying himself, making sure those last clicks. Cigar taking enough additional turns for everyone, as it is confirmed. Ismoo is the 3rd place person at our Europe Cup.
Tokyo!
Tokyo!
Tokyo! Congratulations, Ismoo is the 3rd place winner in this competition and has booked, as we've said, his fantastic lads trip with them to Tokyo to compete in the World Finals. A huge GG's to Hanzelot, though. What